has been over 2 years since Lennox Lewis retired from the ring, ending his reign as king of the heavyweights. During that time, no one has been recognized for his superior skills or separated himself from the other would-be heirs. The division is now populated by unrecognizable faces, unfamiliar names, and uninspired performances.
Well, the fans obviously do not enjoy watching grass grow, and that's what's happening here.
The belts are constantly vied for. Yet there is no one champion to ignite the imagination of the fans.
You gotta be the heavyweight champion of the world. You gotta go get this thing.
Tonight, hard-punching WBO champion Lamon Brewster faces once-beaten contender Siarhei Liakhovich. Opportunity is knocking. Will one of them answer the call?
And welcome to Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, this waterfront city hosts its first World Heavyweight title fight since 1983, when Michael Dynamite Dokes was upset by Harry Coetzee. Before that, in '75, Muhammad Ali came to this area and beat Chuck Wepner. This evening, a new generation of Buckeye boxing fans brace for a heavyweight championship. Yes, it's fight night in Cleveland. Lamon Brewster has won 4 title fights in a row, an impressive streak by today's standards in this once glamorous division. If the Indianapolis native can add another quality outing or two, he just might emerge from the pack of title holders as the people's champion. The challenger, Siarhei Liakhovich, originally from Belarus. He's 22-1, although he's fought mostly second-level opposition. But like the rest of today's big men, he knows that one big win can catapult him into the middle of the muddled heavyweight picture. On this special late-night edition of America's Fight Night, we present a heavyweight title fight. Relentless Lamon Brewster will put his championship on the line against upset-minded Siarhei the White Wolf Liakhovich. 2 fighters in quest of marquee attention in a division yearning for a preeminent universal champion. Hello again, everybody. Steve Albert here at the Wallstein Center on the campus of Cleveland State University in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Well, it's no secret the heavyweight division has fallen on lean times in recent years. In fact, when a dominant heavyweight champion exits, another superstar doesn't instantly appear. When Lennox Lewis retired in February 2004, he left a void. Fans have always craved the clarity that one acknowledged heavyweight champion brings to boxing. Vitaly Klitschko looked the part, but injuries forced his retirement. Chris Bird and Vladimir Klitschko have proven vulnerable, and 2 weeks ago, Hasim Rahman and James Toney fought to a draw. 7-foot Nikolai Valuev remains a mystery, if not a curiosity. So the star search continues. With that, let me bring on my ringside partner, Al Bernstein. And Al, why is the heavyweight division so vitally important to the entire sport of boxing?
You know, Steve, for the most part, all the divisions in boxing, except for the heavyweight division, are thriving with good matchups and a pretty good talent pool. But many of the fans, especially Americans, and certainly the mainstream media, tend to measure the health of boxing by using the heavyweight division as its barometer. And so that has created, in a way, a detriment for the sport. And that's what's created the urgency to have more excitement in the heavyweight division. It's important for the sport.
Well, what boxing really needs is an exciting, competitive heavyweight championship fight and a compelling champion. Lamon Brewster thinks he's that man. Our Karen Bryant spoke with him earlier tonight.
Lamon, in your fight against Galata, you came right out of the gate, shut him down within the first round. Later against Krasniqi, it took more rounds, took 7 rounds that you were losing before you were able to turn it around and knock him out in the 9th. Brewster fans get a little frustrated by what they see as inconsistency. How do you address that?
Well, with Galata, he tried to stand in front of me and go toe-to-toe. Big no-no. With Krasniqi, he was smarter, and I knew that I couldn't win rounds even if I won the round, so I just went in there to knock him out, you know, chop him down like a tree, and that's what I did.
So tonight, which performer are we going to see?
Well, it depends on if he want to be macho and stand in front of me, or, you know, it's just, you know, I'm going to be like water. I'm going to be formless.
Formless, okay. Well, it's been of weeks since the Tony Rahman fight, which a lot of people were disappointed in. The spotlight has definitely turned to you tonight. This is the first heavyweight fight since then. What kind of opportunity do you see this as?
Just opportunity to show that I am the best heavyweight out there in the world. You know, I don't take anything from those guys. They showed tremendous heart, you know, but I feel like it's my time, and, you know, the cream rises to the top. I just have to be patient and just let God deliver me.
All right, now I have to ask, who is the cutie in the afro puffs on the shirt?
Oh, this is my daughter, Siarhei Brewster, and my son on the my left, well, your right, whatever, that's Lamon Jr.
All right, and that's who is for tonight, yes?
Oh, yeah, this is the reason why I do what I do, absolutely, so that they don't have to go through the strains in life that I've been through, you know, just financially trying to make their life a little better than my life, you know, and hopefully they'll do the same for their children.
All right, best to you. Thanks for joining us, Lamon.
All right, Al, no question, Brewster has his faults, his critics, but he is the hardest hitting heavyweight champion out there today and one of the most explosive punchers in the division. And really, that's what people want to see.
Yeah, and he has certainly shown that in his last 9 fights with 8 knockouts in those 9 wins. But in 3 of the last 4 championship matches, fighting fighters with similar styles to Liakhovich, Brewster dug early holes for himself, got way behind and needed his power to pull the fights out. Now, Liakhovich would love to build a lead like that tonight, but he has his own issues early in the fight. He's only fought once in the last 25 months, so you would anticipate he could have some ring rust during those early rounds. And so, for the workman like Liakhovich, it's going to take a sustained and focused effort to win tonight. Part of that focus for Liakhovich is using only what works against Brewster, a jab and straight right hand from the outside. And on the inside, don't trade hooks, use uppercut. Liakhovich's road to disaster would be using a lead right to the body. Now, he likes to throw this unconventional punch, and he can easily be countered. Against Dominic Wynn, he did it over 30 times, and he often threw it very wide. Then he left his hand low after throwing that punch. And even Gwynn, not a left hooker by trade, was able to counter it often. If Brewster is able to do this tonight, he will likely knock Liakhovich out. Now, Brewster doesn't believe it, but he's safer defensively when he's attacking, not languishing on the outside. He tends to stand erect in fights, and to these tall European-style fighters, he's a great target. But the great equalizer is his left hook, one of the best in boxing. When Juan Krasniqi kept his right hand low, it gave Brewster the opportunity to land the left hook. Now, at his best, Brewster is a good combination puncher too. And he can follow the hook with multiple shots. So a missed right hand can be a fight-ending mistake, one Brewster hopes Liakhovich will make tonight.
As we close in on the fight, a reminder that you're watching Showtime's free preview weekend. If you're a boxing fan and you don't have Showtime, now is your chance. Call 1-888-SHOWTIME to order, and for your chance to win a 2006 BMW 650i convertible. Plus, every 100th caller can win a $50 American Express gift card. Become a regular viewer of Showtime Championship Boxing. We'd love to have you join us at ringside. That's 1-888-SHOWTIME. Siarhei Liakhovich. A number of Lamon Brewster fans disappointed in the opposition, feeling the White Wolf is undeserving, particularly since he hasn't fought since December '04, a 16-month layoff. Also, he looked a little bit soft in the middle, out of shape his last fight, a close unanimous decision over Dominic Gwynn. In many eyes, he's generously rated number 13 by the WBO. Al, minor injuries, boxing's politics, blamed for his inactivity. Nevertheless, ring rust, among other things, has to be a major concern.
I'm sure he's worried about that. However, he and his trainer, Kenny Weldon, is walking in there with him, feel that maybe that layoff could be a blessing in disguise. Over the last 12 months, they say he's logged more time in the gym than ever before, and Weldon thinks they have worked on many things that will make him a better fighter.
The soft-spoken, unassuming Liakhovich, who speaks English, doesn't get into politics, but his homeland, the former Soviet Republic, Belarus, has much political turmoil, arrests going on, freedom of speech not available. But this is being televised back to Belarus, and Siarhei only hopes a victory could serve to be a unifying influence to raise spirits among the 10 million citizens. Ring-wise, probably the most impressive performance back in 2001. He beat previously unbeaten Friday Ahunanya. However, his next fight, his only loss, KO'd by Maurice Harris. His people claimed the result of a bad reaction to a vitamin B12 shot before the fight. Nevertheless, it did create some doubt about Siarhei Liakhovich. Liakhovich clearly on the biggest platform of his career. And when he speaks, it's funny, he almost sounds like the Rocky Balboa character from the legendary film series Rocky, as the crowd settles in. Cavaliers played the Heat earlier tonight up the block here in Cleveland. Cleveland Cavaliers, the fans very excited. The team that makes the playoffs for the first time in 8 years.
What time is it? Tea time. Come on. What time is it? Tea time.
On this April Fool's Day, Lamon Brewster looking to prove he is no joke. One of the nicest guys in the sport, very spiritual, a family man, torn by the fact he couldn't see his wife and 3 kids for 5 weeks while training, but makes the sacrifice so the money he earns goes towards his children's education. He calls his ability to fight a gift. His detractors question that ability. They don't question his punching power, heart, or chin. And to help improve his technical skills and defense, he brought in top trainer Buddy McGirt. We'll see if it makes a difference.
Well, he hopes it does, and he's very aware of the fact that this is a very important fight for him. Hasim Rahman and James Toney had a chance 2 weeks ago to seize the spotlight in the heavyweight division. Truthfully, they came up a little short. He thinks he can do it tonight against Liakhovich, and it'll take a big performance for him to do that.
Yeah, we'll see if Brewster can grab this opportunity, a guy who's been unpredictable, inconsistent, but he does find ways to win, and primarily via the knockout. We're set to check the numbers here in Cleveland as we go to the tail of the tape. And these guys pretty young for today's heavyweights at 32. Brewster 3 years older than Liakhovich, who turns 30 next month. The 6'4" challenger usually looks down at his opponent, a 4-inch height advantage. A boxing anomaly as Liakhovich gives away 2.5 inches in reach. At Thursday's weigh-in, Brewster just 2 pounds under his career heaviest. He was 224 when he annihilated Andrew Galata, just for your information. Liakhovich down slightly from 240 his last fight. His heaviest was 240 3/4. And the key unified rules for this world title fight: there's no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt causes a fight to end within 4 rounds, it's a no decision. After 4 rounds, they go to the scorecards. If a punch causes a cut and the injured fighter can't continue, he loses by TKO. So here at the Wallstein Center, the home of the Cleveland State Vikings, we're getting ready for Lamon Brewster versus Siarhei Liakhovich for the WBO Heavyweight Championship. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the Wallstein Center here in Cleveland, Ohio for our World Championship featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions and Showtime. Sanctioned by the WBO, the President Francisco Valcarcel, Supervisor Phil Siegel. This bout is directed under the auspices of the Ohio Athletic Commission, Commissioners Gene Weiss, Tom Jalepis, Michael Chase, with the Executive Director Bernie Profato. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. John George and Dr. Jerome Williams. Timekeeper at the bell is Sandy Atkins. Keeping count of the knockdowns, Richard Stewart. Now, introduce to you our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Dana DePaulo. From Mineral Ridge, Ohio, Tom Miller. And from Youngstown, Ohio, Phil Rogers. And now introducing to you our third man to the ring, the referee in charge, working in this his 9th world title bout, Ernie Sharif. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Cleveland, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, the challenger on my left. He is fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green trunks with red trim, fighting out of Scottsdale, Arizona, by way of Vitebsk, Belarus. He weighed in at 238 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 22 wins, 1 defeat, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making his first appearance in a world title bout, ranked the WBO number 13 heavyweight contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the challenger known as the White Wolf, introducing Siarhei Liakhovich. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing camouflage trunks, fighting out of Vero Beach, Florida, by way of Indianapolis, Indiana. He weighed in at 232 pounds. His record, 33 wins, 2 losses, with 29 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 4th defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the defending WBO heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Relentless Lamon Brewster. Once again, our third man to the ring, Ernie Sharif, now to give instructions.
Let's go. All right, fellas, you received your instructions in the dressing room. Do you have any questions? I want you to obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. You understand? Shake hands. Shake hands, come out fight. All right.
On this Final Four weekend, if you missed the scores from Indianapolis, Florida beat George Mason 73-58. The magical run for George Mason ends, and UCLA over LSU 59-45. So it'll be Florida versus UCLA for the national championship on CBS Monday Night Live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Lamon Brewster's new guru, Buddy McGirt, says Brewster doesn't know how good he really is. Well, that's exactly why we're here, to find out just how good Lamon Brewster really is. Although even an emphatic statement like performance has to be put into context, considering Siarhei Liakhovich is a fringe contender. Liakhovich has pretty good skills, decent power, but sometimes comes straight in without movement, fights in spurts, lacks fire. So we wonder, Al, if he's made to order for Brewster, or is he a white wolf in sheep's clothing?
Well, you know, he's very much like the men that Brewster has been fighting in the last 4 fights. Just now, Liakhovich threw a right hand, a lead right hand to the body. Pay attention to that. That is a key in this bout. If he keeps throwing that punch, Lamon Brewster could very well counter him and hurt him. And already he's done it once.
Brewster, though, not starting off living up to his nickname as a relentless attacker at the bell. He has 14 first-round knockouts out of 29. We've also seen him start deliberately and stay outside, even get rocked early on. There's a feeling the predominantly boxing style of Liakhovich will eventually frustrate Brewster, but there's Brewster going at it.
An excellent right hand by Lamon Brewster, and Buddy McGirt and Brewster told us they think the Brewster right hand is much better than it's ever been.
Beautiful jab by Brewster, but the feeling is that Brewster may abandon what he learned from McGirt in the gym and revert to the head-hunting Brewster, but nice start by the champion. Liakhovich, a slow starter. There's the jab by Liakhovich, who's most effective at close range. Nice double jab. He's got a pretty good uppercut on the inside,
yes,
does Liakhovich. But he has to be mindful of Brewster's powerful hook. Remember, 8 of Brewster's last 9 wins by knockout.
So far in this match, Liakhovich has used the jab a little more effectively. He keeps throwing those lead rights to the body. So far, Lamon Brewster has not countered with the left hook over that.
Liakhovich's trainer, Kenny Weldon, who used to work with Evander Holyfield, among other greats, feels if his man can beat Brewster's hook, they can beat Brewster. Combination by Brewster. Brewster throws what's known as an inside hook, so you don't see it coming, which could be terribly dangerous to Liakhovich. Liakhovich is not standing in front of Brewster, which is a recipe for disaster.
This round has been an interesting one, for both men have gotten a few good things done, things they can build on, especially Liakhovich, I think.
Final seconds of the opening round, scheduled for 12 for the WBO heavyweight title.
10, step backs. Okay, champ. Okay, you get it with the right hand because you jab it to the body and you're pulling out. Okay. When you jab to the body, don't pull out. Just stay low and move your head. That's all you got to do. Okay? Now keep jabbing the body. Don't worry about the head. Okay. You only threw one right hand. Give me some more.
I didn't feel like I was in range.
Okay.
Well, speaking of that right hand, he threw one, but it landed. They want that right hand a lot. He throws the jab to the chest, and then the right hand comes from Lamon Brewster. And you see, there's a little combination punching after that. Lamon Brewster, when he lands a big punch, he will get other combos in. Now, Liakhovich throws the right hand downstairs, and Brewster tries to counter him with the hook. And it's dangerous for Liakhovich to do that. In that case, Brewster missed with the hook.
Okay, let's stay alert.
Take it down. Let's go. Let's go.
Keep that right hand going when you get on roll. Shoot it to the body.
Lamon Brewster says his left hand makes his right hand jealous. He comes up with some winners.
Yeah, he's a fascinating young man. He really is.
You made that interesting point on the keys. Liakhovich does often lead with the right to the body, making him susceptible to the left hook, which is Brewster's money punch. It didn't quite come to fruition in that first round, but stay tuned. Liakhovich has a pretty good left hook, too, which is not a European trait. Europeans mostly use the jab on the right hand. But Liakhovich has really become Americanized, and I'll say one thing, Brewster has had good success against these Eastern European fighters.
Boy, has he ever. In his last 4 title matches, he's won all of them, although as we aptly pointed out, he's had trouble early in fights. Now there was the right to the body by Liakhovich. Brewster tried to counter with the hook and just missed. He will get it there, though, before this fight is over.
Nice overhand right by Lamon Brewster to the head of Liakhovich. Both are brave, both can take a shot, both can punch. The difference could be who goes after it and who waits.
So far in this fight, Liakhovich is making one important mistake. He's not fighting tall. He's leaning into Lamon Brewster, giving him a better opportunity to land the straight rights and those left hooks.
Nice right hand, counter shot by Liakhovich.
This fight has a chance to be a very interesting one, and already the punch output, I think, for heavyweights in this first 2 rounds is pretty good.
Well, both clearly look the part, but can either one really capture the public's interest and imagination? The thing about Brewster, while many are still not sold on him, he does make for exciting fights because he's vulnerable. And he has rallied to knock people out. But too often, oh, big right hand by Lamon Brewster to the head of Liakhovich. That one had some purpose on it and evil intent.
Liakhovich has a good chin, though. Other than the Harris fight, in which he was stopped, he's taken some big punches and managed to persevere. So we'll see how Brewster, of course, is a very powerful heavyweight, as was pointed out.
Too often, Brewster waits for the fight to fall in his lap, but he looks to be trying to take it here.
Both men are performing well.
Left hook by Liakhovich that scored to the neck.
You know, we say it's dangerous for Liakhovich to throw the left hook because it'll be countered by the left by Brewster, but so far he's throwing that punch, landing it, and not getting countered by Brewster.
We approach the final 10 seconds of the second round. Some pretty interesting give and take here over the first 2 rounds. Brewster missing with the right hand. Good duck under move defensively by Liakhovich. Now Brewster digs to the body at the belt.
Get back a little bit. You're smothering. Get back a little bit. Hey. You got to get your left hand up. Now he's trying. He gave you about 3 different. You gave it to him about 3 different times now, and he'll still around with one punch like that. Okay, keep your left hand up. Your jab is working good. Keep working your jab.
Well, Lamon Brewster's right hand has been dusted off out of mothballs, and he lands it again against Siarhei Liakhovich. McGirt and Brewster promised us we'd see this punch more, and we have. Now, there's that right to the body, gets away with it, and throws the left hook. 2 things that Liakhovich shouldn't get away with doing in this fight, but he did. Why? Because Lamon Brewster was passive.
Good left hook there by Siarhei Liakhovich, 22-1 with 14 knockouts. His lone blemish came in 0-2, a 9th round knockout to Maurice Harris. Fully recovered from a torn cartilage in his chest that forced him to withdraw. Nice combination to the head by Liakhovich. Withdraw from a fight with Owen Beck in September 05.
You know, Liakhovich got very good sparring from Robert Hawkins, who is I think, a good fighter to simulate Brewster's style. Hawkins just had a fight with Sam Peter in which he went the distance with him and looked pretty good even in losing.
Lamon Brewster 33-2 with 29 knockouts as Liakhovich goes to the body.
He cannot resist leading with that right. I've never seen a fight. He's done it in this fight already about 12 times. I've never seen a fighter use that punch as much as Liakhovich.
Liakhovich warned there about a kidney punch by the referee Ernest Sharif.
Right there again, we saw the right to the body. This time Brewster tried to land the left hook and it didn't get there. The hand speed of Liakhovich, I think, is more impressive than Brewster thought it would be. They're throwing home run shots, Steve.
Both winging. The crowd is into it. A borderline shot there by Liakhovich.
In some ways, this match now starting to take on the tenor of other Lamon Brewster championship fights. Him having some issues early in fights against these tall fighters who throw combinations against him.
Oh, big left hook to the head, to the chin by Liakhovich. That really caught Brewster. He was coming right in.
So far, the headline of this fight is the hand speed of Liakhovich. He's quick.
And another left hook that's scored by Liakhovich. That one blocked by Brewster.
Liakhovich better not get too enamored with the hook, though, because if you continue to trade left hooks with a fighter like Brewster, it will cost you ultimately.
This is similar to the Luan Krasniqi fight for Brewster.
Very much
where
so.
he was being outboxed for a good portion. He was behind on the scorecards when he came back to stop Krasniqi in the ninth.
And of course, it was the same scenario against Vladimir Klitschko. And he came back to win by knockout. So these rounds, we should throw the caveat out that you can't expect Brewster to be dominated the whole fight like this.
Yeah, we set the stage for that. We said he can be that way.
All right. Soft warning. Don't do it again.
Another warning from the referee, Ernest Sharif. The lovely Irina Liakhovich, the wife of Sergei. She has to like what she's seeing thus far.
Sergei. Listen to me.
Well, Liakhovich has been able to, look at, he throws a right to the body and then a left hook to the head. We've seen that combination from him a number of times. He shouldn't be able to get away with that against Brewster, but he is, primarily because he's throwing these combinations so quickly. See, Brewster tried to counter with the left hook. He just couldn't get it there.
Until he does, you keep pumping him with that jab, and you get off combinations. Quick and gone. Get out of there. Get out. Let's go. Come on. Raise up. You gotta. I can't get out if you're standing here, man.
While Liakhovich looked a little out of shape in his last fight with Dominic Gwynn, he did surprise a lot of people by effectively moving off his combination, showed good footwork for a big man. He is pretty nimble for a large man, and he's showing good speed with his hands here against Brewster, as Al pointed out.
Now, Buddy McGirt told us the key for Brewster is be doing something. You know, if you're not going to be attacking and throwing punches, at least be moving your head. Don't languish on the outside. He's not done that during every moment of this fight. He's had his moments of just being stationary on the outside. He's paid for it.
McGirt, a two-time world champion, he calls it a rhythm. He wants Brewster to get into a rhythm.
First double jab Brewster has thrown in this fight, and look at what it did for him. It was excellent.
And Liakhovich comes back with a double left hook. Liakhovich stuffing the jab. Liakhovich looking very impressive.
In terms of technique, and he showed a lot of this against Dominic Gwynn, he is a fairly polished fighter.
Well, he's certainly a step up from Krasniqi, Brewster's last opponent, which was about 7 months ago.
And that fight was wildly exciting, not seen in the United States at all.
Televised.
But it was a wild fight.
Brewster continues his inconsistency. Well, he can be crowd-pleasing, busy all action, and sometimes slow and deliberate. Nice left hand by Liakhovich.
I cannot believe Liakhovich is getting away with those right hands to the body. He threw another one, and it wasn't as quick, and Brewster didn't even try to counter him.
But we should say it just could be a matter of time before Brewster gets the wake-up call, as we've seen so often, and starts wailing away.
History would tell us it's going to happen. We'll see.
Hard body shot by Liakhovich. Brewster does get hit a lot.
And you made the point, this is the heaviest Brewster has been in his championship match, his second heaviest of his career at 232. Is he ready to fight over the long haul? We'll see.
And Liakhovich looks much better physically than he did his last fight, which was a long time ago, 16 months back. Much tighter around the midsection. Obviously quicker, faster.
Brewster is just not as active as they would like him to be. I'm sure Buddy McGirt will talk to him about that as these rounds go on.
And Liakhovich making him miss wildly. And again, hitting nothing but air.
listen to me. Keep the pressure on them. Those hooks that you're throwing, throw those hooks to the body. Don't worry about the head.
Okay.
Throw them to the body.
Okay.
Okay, the right hands are landing good. Okay, but shoot those hooks to the body. All right, don't worry about his head. You're shooting a nice right hand, bring the left hook back downstairs.
Okay.
Well, this is what we got to do. You got to stop backing him up now. Back him up with that double jab.
More than one.
Okay? No more.
When Brewster uses a double jab, as he did here early in the round, it's so effective, but he went away from that for almost the entire rest of the round. And at the end of the round, Liakhovich landing a good short left hook. Brewster did try to counter him. He just couldn't get it there. Hand speed of Liakhovich better than Brewster expected, and maybe better than a lot of people expected, Steve.
No question about it. Liakhovich outboxing, outworking the champion, Lamon Brewster, trying to lift the WBO heavyweight title from the Indianapolis-born fighter. You heard Buddy McGirt's words to Lamon Brewster. Go after him.
Brewster happy to be fighting in Ohio. He's from Indiana. He knew Michael Dokes very well. Of course, was in that title fight in 1983. And he has a real. Lamon is a very interesting man in any case. He has a sense of history about boxing in the Midwest, and he wants to give a great performance here tonight. So far, it's not quite what he would like.
Yep. He knows that this is the home of Dokes, Buster Douglas, Tim Austin, Ohio.
Watch the feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Take a look at press row, Al, and it's all Liakhovich.
And I agree. I have it 39-37 for Liakhovich.
Gary Eswick from the Akron Beacon Journal, Joe Maxey, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, George Phillips, BoxingScene.com. Round 5 scheduled for 12 for the WBO heavyweight title, and thus far the man in green and red from Belarus originally, Siarhei Liakhovich, has impressed.
And again, Brewster being very passive and giving away these early rounds, as he has in other fights like the fight against Krasniqi and against Klitschko.
Early on in the career of Brewster, he lost to people like Charles Schubert and Clifford Etienne, and that raised suspicion right there about him. A couple of the reasons the jury's still out on Lamon.
Big left hook a moment ago. Now Brewster is throwing punches with conviction.
Huge right hand to the top of Liakhovich's head, and he turns up the heat. And he gets this crowd going. There's a left hook to the head that staggered Liakhovich. Now he digs to the body. Upstairs with a left hook, a right hand. He's trying to end it here. Oh, what a vicious left hook to the head. But Liakhovich has a great chin and a lot of heart.
And Liakhovich landed well off the ropes.
Liakhovich has the warrior mentality, but these are bombs by Brewster. Big right hand to the head by Brewster. A left hook to the head, a right hand to the head. And what's holding Liakhovich up? A huge heart. That's what, and he comes back. Brewster may have punched himself out. Back comes Liakhovich. Now Brewster pressed against the ropes. Seconds remaining.
Ernie Sharif took forever. What was that all about?
Wait a minute, the bell rang. There were 5-6 seconds left in the round. So some confusion here in Cleveland.
Listen to me.
Damn, what are you doing, ref? Come on. Jeez. What are you doing? Hey, put your hands in your lap. Next time I see you on the ropes like that, I swear I'll throw the stool at you. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Hey, you got good feet. This guy's dog tired. Stay in the middle of the ring and keep...
Liakhovich hit with several good shots. The short right hand and a little left hook, and he is reeling. And then Brewster would chase him down to the ropes where he would really get some work done. This was where he was first hurt in the round. And that left hook off the side of his head may have also affected the equilibrium of Liakhovich. And once Liakhovich was against the ropes, he took phenomenal punishment from Lamon Brewster, but then was able to fight his way off the ropes and had Brewster in trouble, landing some very, very big shots, creating the situation at the end of the round with all that confusion, and Ernie Sharif inexplicably jumping in even before the bell.
Ernie Sharif out of Pittsburgh getting an earful from Kenny Weldon, the trainer of Liakhovich, and then Liakhovich got an earful from Kenny Weldon. Stay off the ropes, the gist of it.
We said it could be a shootout, and it's turning into that very early.
What a slugfest. Buddy McGirt to Brewster, you gotta go to the body. Here's Liakhovich over the top. He doesn't care what McGirt told Brewster.
If there's any question about Liakhovich's chin, it was answered in that last round. He was hit with some monstrous shots in his comeback. Wow, good right to the body. That stunned.
Another one by Liakhovich. Digging shots by Liakhovich. Well, this is why Brewster may not be the best in the heavyweight division, but he's certainly one of the most exciting. Oh, a right hand to the head, straight right by Liakhovich that got Brewster's attention. Brewster wide open. Now a right hand over the top by Brewster. To the body goes Brewster. Back comes Liakhovich with a right-left combination. The right really scored. Furious pace for big men. Non-stop action since the 5th round.
And what we're seeing is not just exciting, it's skillful. Their technique is superb here.
Overhand right that connected by Brewster. Didn't follow it up. Combination, left hook to the head. 3-punch combination by Liakhovich. Amazing give and take here in round 6. Back comes Liakhovich after Brewster missed. Liakhovich lines Brewster up in his own corner. Brewster's in trouble. Liakhovich trying to smother him with left hooks. Steps back, and then he comes forward again with shots to the head. Can Brewster battle his way out of the corner? Now he's lifted up by Liakhovich. Now there's blood coming from the nose of Lamon Brewster.
I think the body shots of Liakhovich are having a massive effect on Brewster.
And there was another one, Al. Now he goes upstairs. Beautiful combination to the head by Liakhovich that rocks Brewster. Brewster bouncing off the ropes. Incredible action. Now what's holding Brewster up? Brewster's been down only one time in his career, but he's in difficulty here. Liakhovich is trying to end it in the 6th. 17 seconds left in the round. A bloody Lamon Brewster. Showing a lot of resolve. Oh, a big right hand by Brewster. And a left hook by Brewster. Unbelievable.
You gotta stay off the rope. You gotta stay off the ropes, champ. Okay? You headhunting too much, baby. Okay? You're getting under the shots good, but you're not punching back to the body. Everything you're doing is to the head. Okay? Bring those uppercuts to the body. Don't be on the ropes taking them shots, champ. All right, slow your breathing down. Listen, when he's getting those combinations off.
Liakhovich unloaded this excellent uppercut on the inside, and I think that was a punch that had a big impact and started some of the troubles for Lamon Brewster. And later on in the round, Liakhovich throwing fantastic combinations. It's the hand speed that, in addition to the power, that has given Lamon Brewster a lot of trouble. The only thing that Liakhovich did wrong in that round was toward the end, he punched himself out, and Brewster came back and hurt him.
Well, now we've got an exciting, competitive heavyweight championship fight. Round 7.
Those last 10 seconds of that round, very important ones. How much did he hurt Liakhovich? We'll see how Liakhovich responds here in this round.
Now Brewster stuffing the jab. So does Liakhovich. Both expending a lot of energy the last 2 rounds. Now it could start to be a test of conditioning and endurance from this point on. Liakhovich with a right cross.
look at that subtle movement by Liakhovich. That's helping him. He is giving Brewster just enough lateral movement to make it hard for him to land punches.
Swelling beginning to develop under the left eye of Lamon Brewster. Now both more measuring. Right hand by Brewster missing.
Watch your shoulder. Watch your shoulder.
Right hand to the body by Liakhovich, and those punches have to be taking effect. Countering right hand by Lamon Brewster to the chin. Press throw scoring. It's all Liakhovich. Right hand clip, Liakhovich. Brewster now takes to the body. Big right hand there, that missed. A surge by Brewster, missing with the right. But Brewster turning it up.
You can never count Lamon Brewster out of a fight. You just can't.
The Brewster corner says, keep it up, keep it up. With about a minute to go, left hook to the head, to the temple by Brewster. But back comes Liakhovich with a digging shot to the body. And that stunned Brewster. Liakhovich with an uppercut on the inside. That's been effective for him. Right hand left missing. Another right hand missing. Another left hand missing by Brewster. Liakhovich showing that he can be elusive defensively, comes back with a pulling left.
Liakhovich is tired right now, though, and he is in a dangerous situation, even with all the good work he's done.
Can Brewster take advantage? Nails him with a right and a left hand. Seconds left in the seventh. Let's see how Liakhovich responds here. He's down. The accumulative effect put him down to a knee.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Can't be saved by the bell.
Are you okay?
In any round, Liakhovich just needed a breather.
Okay. Stand up, get up for a second. Get up. Siarhei, listen to me, man. Why won't you listen to me? Why won't you listen to me? This is for the championship of the world. And you know what? You ain't listening to me. Get out there and box. This guy.
At the end of round 6, after he'd had Brewster in all kinds of trouble, he punched himself out, and for the first time in this fight was, I think, truly hurt, even though he'd been stunned in earlier rounds. And this was where I think Brewster set the stage for at least having a chance in this last round to come back. Then in round 7, after Liakhovich had a very good start, the Brewster right hand, something they wanted more of, and boy, it worked, and it got Liakhovich into trouble, and more important than anything, that body work, and that helped wear Liakhovich down and send him ultimately to the canvas. What an astonishing fight this is. How many ebbs and flows can there be in a boxing match?
Very dramatic stuff here as we enter into round 8. Only the second time Liakhovich down in his career. It just happened in round 7 from a flurry of body shots by Brewster. Body shots, combination punches, and Liakhovich just needed to get away from him. He was being suffocated by Brewster.
Step back clean, step back clean.
So he took a knee. Let's see how Brewster follows it up here in the 8th. It's scheduled for 12, the WBO. Heavyweight crown on the line.
This would be a good round for Liakhovich to set a very slow pace and hope that Brewster follows along, but he's not doing it. Brewster's attacking.
The overhand right started the series. Liakhovich with an answer, but not much power behind those punches.
For the first time in this fight, when you hit on it, Steve, Liakhovich is pushing his punches. That hasn't happened to this fight.
Yeah, there's not a lot on it right now, and I think just a lot of steam has been taken out of him by the last few rounds of pounding he's taken by Brewster.
And all in rounds in which Liakhovich could easily have won those rounds if not for a few twists and turns. Oh, great body shot by Liakhovich.
And Liakhovich comes back upstairs, partially blocked by Brewster, but Brewster's got that tremendous chin, and he comes back with a right hand over the top.
Liakhovich is languishing pushing on the inside too much. He's giving Brewster a better chance to hit with those left hooks and uppercuts.
And a smacking right hand to the head by Liakhovich, who has no quit in him. Big miss by Brewster, trying to end matters on one punch, and he can do that. Here comes Liakhovich again, started by an uppercut on the inside, which has been successful for him. And intelligently throwing it from close range, not from too far out, which could be very dangerous as far as a countering shot. Ask Buster Douglas versus Evander Holyfield.
Now, how that last round is scored will be interesting. I scored it a one-point round for Brewster. We went the knockdown because Liakhovich had dominated so much of the rest of the rounds. Believe it or not, there is the possibility we'll go to the decision.
Yes.
Possible.
Heaven forbid, though, Al. Should I say it? Starts with a D.
Oh, goodness.
Ends in a W.
Well, we got a ways to go before that, but this fight is a close fight. Make no mistake about that. Good round for the most part for Liakhovich, though. He's been busier.
Brewster missing and then finally nailed him with a left hook. Gutsy Liakhovich, though, hanging in there. There's the bell to end round 8.
If you think that you can stand toe-to-toe with this guy and win this fight, you're wrong. I've asked you all night long to get your left hand up. You ain't got it up yet. Okay. Get your hands up and start boxing, and this guy is dead. Okay. Do you understand me?
Telling you the truth, baby. You got to listen to him.
Think speed. Don't even think power. You bust him up with speed. Come on.
Keep your hands up.
Come on.
Let's need that. It's taking juice out of you. Let's go. Like this. Mouthpiece, please. Okay? Look here, baby. Double jabs. Keep backing them up. Keep that head moving. Okay? Uppercuts on the inside. Excuse me. Stop loading up.
Siarhei Liakhovich picked up a bad American trait of carrying his left hand too low, and Kenny Weldon in his face telling him, keep the left hand up.
That's as good corner work as you can possibly have from Kenny Weldon.
Well, is he highly regarded? Worked with Holyfield, as we mentioned, Pernell Whitaker, Mildred Taylor, the pride of Galena Park, Texas.
But his guy's not listening to him. I mean, he needs to get separation from Brewster, use the jab, just a little lateral movement. Kenny Weldon is saying exactly the right thing to him.
And Buddy McGirt in the other corner told Lamon Brewster, uppercuts on the inside. But they just don't want Liakhovich trading with Brewster.
Yeah, McGirt also wants to move to the right to get away from the body shot. There it is.
On cue.
How many of those has he landed? I would have sworn if he throws all those, he's going to get countered with a big left hook. It hasn't happened.
It's tightening up, according to Press Row. George Phillips has it even. That's unofficial. George from BoxingScene.com.
I've got it even at 76-76, because we don't know how the judges are looking at it. Liakhovich now is giving himself a little more distance. So when you do that against Lamon Brewster, sometimes Brewster, Steve, just doesn't come and get you. And he's not doing it right now to Liakhovich.
Well, he does have a reputation at times of being a little lazy. Over the top, to the
he's in trouble.
Brewster's in difficulty. Liakhovich with a breakthrough. Big action here for Liakhovich. Can he finish Brewster off in round 9?
He's got to be careful. That's too many punches for Liakhovich. He needs to measure this.
Can Brewster survive this onslaught by Liakhovich? Brewster's been down only once.
Liakhovich is smothering his punches. He needs to step back and not throw so many.
It's a barrage by Liakhovich. Oh, big right hand over the top by Liakhovich. To the body by Liakhovich. Missed with the uppercut. A left hook down to the head by Brewster. And what's holding Brewster up besides the ropes? It's his big heart. Bloodied nose, bloodied lip. Brewster Liakhovich is standing there. He nails him with a straight right. Now Brewster hoping Liakhovich punched himself out. Now Liakhovich looks tired.
Yep, you betcha he is. Too many punches, he smothered him, and he didn't take advantage of this opportunity. Should have been on the outside, just pecking away.
10 seconds left in the 9th round. Did Liakhovich let Brewster off the hook? Brewster missing with the right. Liakhovich back with a combination. Oh, brother. Brewster can barely make it back to the corner.
You want to pinch out? Talk to me. I'm all right. Put your hand over this bucket. Put your hand over this bucket. Put your hand over the bucket.
How's your fighter, man?
He's good, baby. He's good.
Well, Lamon Brewster got hit with a right hand, and I'll tell you what, that affected his equilibrium where it landed, and that's part of the reason why he couldn't stand, just was wobbling all over. And then Liakhovich did land some very good punches here. However, when he had Brewster against the ropes, all this shoe shine activity, too much for Liakhovich. Yes, he won the round. Yes, he won it dramatically, but he put himself in harm's way to get nailed later. Should have been measuring his punches and staying on the outside. But he won a big, big, big round. And will Brewster be able to recover with this minute rest?
Siarhei Liakhovich, who was down in the 7th round, showing initiative in the 9th as we hit double figures.
Against Cali Meehan, Lamon Brewster came back to win the last 3 rounds in that fight to pull a victory out when it looked like he was going to lose. That fight, though, not fought at this pace, that's for sure.
Liakhovich's corner keeps telling him, stop trying for the knockout. Round 10 scheduled for 12. Tremendous action here in this heavyweight battle in Cleveland.
It may seem strange for Kenny Weldon to be telling Liakhovich don't go for a knockout when obviously he can hurt Brewster so much, but it's almost impossible to knock Lamon Brewster out. So what you need to do is win rounds by hurting him, but not punch yourself out and put yourself in harm's way where you'll get knocked out, because that's what Lamon Brewster does to you.
Brewster's 2 losses by decision. He's been down only once against Vladimir Klitschko, round 4, court on the temple. He wasn't hurt, and he came back to win in that dramatic comeback round 5. Here's Liakhovich again to the head with a combination. Liakhovich sticking the jab, shotgun jab.
This is a tactical round for Liakhovich.
Nice overhand right by Brewster that nailed him.
Yeah, Lamon Brewster needs to be aggressive here. He really does.
Let's see if he's got his energy back after taking quite a beating in the last round.
I mean, Lamon Brewster is just the toughest guy you will ever see. And Liakhovich has shown us plenty of toughness here as well.
No question. Both have to be extremely fatigued.
In this round, Liakhovich has gone back to using the jab, and that's been a key for him to perform so well here in round 10. Will this be the one time Lamon Brewster can't pull it out? We'll see.
Brewster's won his last 9, 8 by KO. Liakhovich, who hasn't fought in 16 months, so this is impressive just for that.
Yeah. They said he was ready to go 20 rounds. Well, guess what? He's showing fantastic stamina and winning this 10th round in impressive fashion. And winning it the right way, the way Kenny Weldon wants him to win it.
Yeah, he's boxing. Not going for the knockout, sticking the jab, a triple jab there by Liakhovich, then a right hand to the body. That has been very effective all night long.
When you hear that whistle, get out of the ring.
I didn't hear it. I can't hear it. Listen to me. You got a second wind yet? Take a deep breath. Come on.
You're great.
Take a deep breath. Come on. And listen to me, Siarhei. This fight is won with a jab. You understand? Hey, every chance you get, you can hit him with something else, but don't stand up. Keep using your jab. If you throw that wide right to the body and he starts taking it away, stop throwing that.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand.
Look, and when you get close, get your speed off. You're not, I mean, you'll kill him.
Yeah.
You're busting him all up.
Here you go. Drink this water. Drink this. Drink that, baby. Drink this. Okay? Here you go, champ. Yeah. Now let's suck it up now, baby. Let's suck it up, champ.
Fight! Get on up and fight, champ! Fight!
Al, you were all over it in terms of strategy. We heard what Kenny Weldon had to say.
Well, he knows that right to the body is a danger, although they've gotten away with it all night, but he cautioned his fighter, if you think that's dangerous, don't throw that punch, and if he takes it away, go back to the jab. I mean, Kenny Weldon's done a tremendous job in that corner. He really has.
Championship rounds, round 11. And what has developed into a fantastic bout.
You know, there's a lot of talk about basketball these days. Siarhei Liakhovich is now almost like a team that just wants to run clock. Both men have only had one fight over 12 rounds. They both won them. And as I pointed out, Brewster had to come back to win the fight against Mir.
So both inexperienced in this arena. And there's a nice shot, a left hook that stuns the champion. Liakhovich connecting.
This time he took a step back. Liakhovich is doing this the right way.
Much more measured.
Step back clean.
And he's not just trying to pummel Brewster. Let's see what ensues from here. Nice jab, a double left jab, stuffed by Liakhovich. Frustrating Brewster. Now body shot, hard. Tough body shot by Liakhovich. That really has to be taking a lot out of Brewster. Unofficially, press row. Liakhovich with 2 out of the 3 taking charge. Joe Maxey from the Cleveland Plain Dealer has it even.
I have Liakhovich winning by 2 points in this fight. Certainly in round 11 thus far, you would think he's winning this round, though things can change, as we've noted, very quickly in this fight.
Approaching the final minute of the 11th round. A good round for the challenger, Liakhovich.
One key thing is that in the last several rounds, last 2 especially, we have not seen Lamon Brewster throw punches with a lot of conviction, and really not too many punches, period.
Beautiful. Doubling up on the jab by Liakhovich, and he's doing exactly what Kenny Weldon told him to do, while Brewster's trying to end it on 1 punch.
Nice right hand by Brewster. Liakhovich is putting himself a little bit in harm's way there, and Lamon still has power.
In both hands, as we have seen tonight. Oh, there's that straight right hand that got Liakhovich's attention, and he holds on. Big right hand by Lamon Brewster. And that slowed Liakhovich in his tracks. We approach 10 seconds left in the 11th, and Brewster trying to turn the round around. But back comes Liakhovich with a left-right combination upstairs. Did Liakhovich do enough to take it?
Give me. Put your hand over the bucket. Put your hand over the bucket. Okay, champ. Last round. You have to back him up, and you got to stay low. Don't take no unnecessary shots. I'm not going to let you do that. You understand me? Yep. You got to listen. Don't pull out. Okay? Don't load up, but let your hands go. You're loading up with too many bombs. Okay?
Last round, touch him up.
Okay. Make sure you step when you jab. You'll bust him up. Hey, don't go out there. Don't get in a fight this round.
Okay.
He's got to knock you out to win.
Just win the round, baby.
Okay? Come on.
Got a jab, son.
Let's go. Let's go. Let me out.
Dramatic, entertaining, competitive heavyweight championship bout. They're all standing here in Cleveland, Ohio, in celebration of these 2 warriors. Here we go, the 12th and final round for the WBO Heavyweight Championship. Liakhovich.
Remember the last words of Kenny Weldon, don't get in a fight, he told Liakhovich. But Brewster may force him to get in a fight.
And you heard Kenny Weldon say to Liakhovich, Brewster needs a knockout to win the fight.
You know, the advice Buddy McGirt gave, get low and go inside. Well, that's what Brewster should have been doing, really, for all of this fight.
Left hook flipped. Liakhovich on the top of the head. Not that much damage there. One knockdown of the fight. Liakhovich down on a body shot in round 7. Down for the second time in his pro career.
Now, Liakhovich is moving in this round, but he's not throwing the jab as much as they would like. And they want him to step in with the jab, which he's not doing.
Brewster in trouble a few times, but refusing to taste the canvas. Brewster trying to end matters on one punch.
They missed right hands. That Liakhovich was in danger there if that right hand landed.
Halfway through the 12th and final round.
Now, I have Brewster behind by 3 points in this fight, so I agree with Kenny Weldon, but of course there are the judges and their official scorecard to be considered.
Straight right hand by Lamon Brewster pushed Liakhovich back, but he doesn't go that very far. He gets right back into it.
A close round 12 so far.
That pretty jab by Liakhovich. The probing, range-finding jab by Liakhovich, just keeping it in the face of Brewster, keeping him off balance, keeping him out of his rhythm. Nice body shot by Brewster, but Liakhovich says, all right, bring it on. Showing a lot of macho here. Final seconds of the 12th and final round. A very confident challenger, Siarhei Liakhovich, thinks he has this one in his pocket.
And he has done well here in round number 12, and the left eye bothering Brewster.
Liakhovich outworking, outboxing, outskilling the champion Lamon Brewster. 15 seconds to go.
The heavyweight division may be further shaken up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it could further muddle it if Liakhovich wins.
But boy, it was muddled in an exciting fashion, wasn't it?
It certainly was. There's the bell to end a terrific fight. Liakhovich's wife.
Champion of the world! Siarhei.
Well, what do you think at home?
Brewster, this guy's a Christian too, Brewster. God bless you, man. God bless you. I feel it. I feel it right now. Hey, man. Come on.
Give him some air.
Well, Lamon Brewster's left eye, as you can see, damaged, swelling underneath it. Blood from the right nostril. All the punishment handed out by the challenger, Siarhei Liakhovich. Brewster raising his arms in the triumph, but you gotta wonder, you've got him losing on the cards.
I have it 116-112 for Liakhovich.
Here's Liakhovich being congratulated by Buddy McGirt, Brewster's trainer. Jacob Stitch Duran there, Richie Giacchetti. Some
I told you to be champion.
familiar faces. You heard Giacchetti saying to Siarhei, I told you you'd be champion. You may be right.
New champ, can we go? Yes, mama. Let's see what you gotta get through here.
Important rounds during the course of this fight. In round 7, Siarhei Liakhovich would find himself in trouble and ultimately go down. And this is a key round because would it be scored a 2-point round or just a 1-point round for Brewster, because Liakhovich dominated so much of the rest of the round. This was where Liakhovich was in serious trouble. He had looked a little bit tired just before this, and then Brewster unleashed a torrent of punches that would end up sending him down. However, Liakhovich was far from done. He would get up from this, not go down again in this fight, and in round 9, Liakhovich would come back and hurt Lamon Brewster and get him in the kind of trouble that almost looked like it would end this fight in behalf of Liakhovich. After this 9th round, Brewster was never the same in the fight, and in fact would never really mount the kind of serious charge he had before that. And in my mind, the last 4 rounds belonged to Liakhovich. And Lamon Brewster showing us the astonishing will and heart that he has in standing up to this onslaught from Liakhovich. But I don't think it was enough for him to win this fight. And you see the punching of Liakhovich. He went at Brewster, and one of the keys here is the combination punching was so extraordinary.
Well, no matter what happens, a very proud moment for Siarhei Liakhovich, Kenny Weldon, Richie G. Ketty, Siarhei Liakhovich, all confident that this is going to go their way and they're going to be the new heavyweight champion. Let's get it up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dana DePaulo, scores about 115 to 113. Judge Tom Miller sees about 115 to 112. And Phil Rogers scores about 117 to 110. All three in favor of the winner and new WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Siarhei Liakhovich.
A moment of pride indeed for Siarhei Liakhovich, who says he not only fights for himself and his family, but for his homeland, Belarus. So the heavyweight picture continues to get more confusing. Another upset in 2006 here on Showtime Championship Boxing.
But let's say this, that young man is 29 years old. Except for Sam Peter, he's the youngest of the top 20 contenders in the heavyweight division, the youngest of the champions. And from what we saw tonight, he's got something to build on. Hand speed, good technique, power, and a great chin.
I should say, though, Al, although given Brewster's history and track record, not a complete and utter shock that Liakhovich won this fight.
No, he was an underdog, but certainly not out of it.
So we had Zab Judah losing to Carlos Baldomir, O'Neal Bell's win over Jean-Marc Mormec, Joe Calzaghe's unexpected lopsided win over Jeff Lacey caught a lot of folks off guard. Siarhei Liakhovich, rated number 13 by the WBO, lifting the title from Lamon Brewster in his first world title shot. Liakhovich coming off a 16-month layoff to unseat Brewster. He goes to 23-1, his 7th straight win. Brewster falls to 33-3, his first loss since 2000, the end of a 9-fight win streak and nearly a 2-year championship reign. So Siarhei Liakhovich reaches a boxer's dream, wins a heavyweight title. A reminder, coming up after post-fight interviews, our 20th anniversary celebration continues as we'll present our nominees for the best of Showtime's KO artists. This is the first installment of our viewer poll to select what you thought were the best performances and most memorable moments during the series' 20-year history. Right now, let's go up to the ring and Karen Bryant. Karen?
And Lamon Brewster, Siarhei, first I want to talk to you about this. You said you came to America with $100 in your pocket in the hope of becoming a champion. It happened tonight. How are you feeling?
I feel great. First of all, like, как сказать, одолжил $100.
I borrowed the $100.
Oh, you borrowed the $100. Okay.
Yeah. So I just feel great. It's Lamon. It's a great champ. He hit real hard, and I feel it right now. But today it's my day, and I do my best, and I won.
You did win. Now, Lamon, you said before that you were coming in this fight, you're going to be liquid, you're going to be fluid. You were, but what happened? How do you think it was that Siarhei was able to take it away from you tonight?
Hey, like I say, God will be done. He won, and we got a rematch. That's all I can say. You know, he fought a good fight. I take my hat off to you. He's a good fighter, you know, and there's people like him and myself that deserve to be at the top because we show a lot of skill and heart. And, you know, we'll come back and do it again.
Now, absolutely, skill and heart is something that we're looking for in the heavyweight division. A lot of people are looking for a true leader. Would you take him on as a rematch? Because tonight, I got to tell you, this was one of the most exciting fights I've seen in a very long time. Are you looking to take Lamon on again in a rematch?
Absolutely, you know, like I appreciate Lamon, I appreciate, you know, Dan, you know, who, you know, these guys, you know, gave me opportunity to fight for this, you know, like for world title. This is, you know, my chance in my life, and this is, you know, just great opportunity. I appreciate it, and thank you everybody who support me, and it's just great. I give him rematch.
Now, Don, I want to get you in on this really quickly because we talk about how muddled the heavyweight division has been. We've got a new champ tonight. What do you make of the big picture?
I think it's a great opportunity. Both of these guys are great champions. Now it's Sergey's time, and he's doing a great job. They all got to fight each other to get one undisputed championship, but they all defect as they go along and do different things, to go out the other way. The mind gets messed up with a whole lot of, you know, people whispering in their ears. Put that aside. They got to fight each other no matter how it comes out, and you can't find a better way to fight because this man will fight anybody, any place, anytime, anywhere. You know what I mean? But the people that's out here, this kid here deserves it. I gave it to him, and he came through with flying colors tonight, and I'm just happy that he did it in my hometown so they show that nobody is trying to do anything skullduggery. The best man tonight.
Very nice. Well, Lamon Brewster, I want to congratulate you. It was a heck of a fight tonight. And, of course, Siarhei, the new champion, congratulations to you as well. And, Steve, I got to say, I know it was a free preview, but I would have paid a heck of a lot of money to see this fight. Back to you.
Got to agree with you, Karen. I think Al does as well. It really was an outstanding heavyweight championship fight here in Cleveland. Let's check the scoring once again for Brewster versus Liakhovich. First, the official judges' scorecards. Dana DePaulo had it 115-113 for Liakhovich. Tom Miller saw it 115-112 for Sergey. And the unanimous decision completed by Phil Rogers. He had it with the biggest disparity, 117-110.
And for the press row scores, we see that everybody having it for Liakhovich. I scored it 116-112 for Liakhovich.
So there you have it. Let's go inside the ropes and further dissect the action, Al.
All right, as we look back at what was one of the most exciting heavyweight matches in a long, long time. Early on in this match, Liakhovich here in the middle rounds actually getting Brewster into all kinds of trouble. Liakhovich chose to battle in front of Brewster more than Kenny Weldon, his trainer, would have liked. However, the hand speed was the key element. You see the combination punching from Liakhovich. That was the key, I think, in this fight for him. He backed up Brewster continually. We've seen that before. But in this case, instead of single punches, it was Liakhovich throwing many punches, and I think that might have been the difference against Brewster. Brewster in trouble on at least 5 or 6 occasions in this fight. And only in the one round in which Liakhovich went down did he appear to be in some difficulty.
Well, Al, people out there, a lot of them will be saying when they see the news in the morning, if they haven't seen the action here on television, they're going to say, Sergey who? But he really did put on a very impressive performance here tonight.
He did, and Kenny Weldon said he could be the dark horse in the division, and he just might well be, and now he's a champion.
Everybody on the other side, please, Don. Photographers over here, please.
Well, will we see title unification? Stay tuned. And a reminder, you're watching Showtime Championship Boxing in our free preview. If you're a boxing fan and you don't have Showtime, now's your chance to get your ringside ticket. Call 1-888-SHOWTIME now to order, and for your chance to win a 2006 BMW 650i convertible. Plus, every 100th caller can win a $50 American Express gift card. That's 1-888-SHOWTIME. And to help celebrate the 20th anniversary of Showtime Championship Boxing, we're launching a new feature where you, the viewers, can vote for some of your favorite Showtime moments. Every month we'll highlight a new category, and tonight we start things off with Showtime's Best Knockout Artists.
The knockout is the most dramatic moment in boxing. The fighters who supply this drama vary from one-punch sluggers to technicians who systematically break down their opponents. The following 6 practitioners are some of the best in the business and the nominees for Showtime's Best Knockout Artist. Mike Tyson, always revered for his absolute power. His punches were portraits of ferocity, every one designed to end the fight and thrill the fans.
Solid tuck, one shot, he may not get up. Both are stumbling around.
Whether with the left hook or right hand,
Oh, there it is, no way, he's getting up.
few were able to withstand the force behind a Mike Tyson punch. Jeff Lacey. His aggressive style and commitment to his punches immediately drew comparisons to a young Tyson. With his trademark showstopper, this super middleweight became known as Left Hook. Despite this moniker, his solid right hand was as lethal.
Right, and it's all over.
With his brutal offense and physical attributes, Lacey earned the world title in only his 18th pro fight. Evander Holyfield. He ushered in the wave of the bodybuilding fighter. During his reign as cruiserweight, he used his punching power to become the division's first undisputed champion. As a heavyweight, the KOs kept coming, including the famous punch against Buster Douglas.
What a shot by Evander Holyfield.
With that knockout, Holyfield became the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Terry Norris. The key to his knockouts was a combination of speed and power, gifted with the ability to box. The offensive-minded Norris preferred to brawl.
Could be over. Get it, goes down through the ropes.
His punch now blocked later at champion and a dominant force in a very tough junior middleweight division. Ricardo Lopez. The biggest punchers aren't always the big guys, and this 105-pound Mexican slugger emphatically proved that. With an unbeaten record of 51 wins with 38 knockouts, Lopez would stalk his opponents, landing flush, accurate punches. The strawweight division has seen such power, or witnessed beautifully executed knockouts. Acelino Freitas.
A small fighter who excited fans by knocking out his first 29 opponents.
The former unified 130-pound champ would slug it out to end a fight. Yet he possessed a tremendous one-punch bomb. 6 fighters, different in style, size, and technique, yet all able to end a fight early. Which will you choose as Showtime's best knockout artist?
So there you have it. A very impressive list of contenders, Al.
It really is. And you know what's interesting to me? Obviously, all those men have a lot of knockouts. That's why they're on the list. But each got their knockouts in a different way. Some from cumulative punches and some from one big shot. So it gives the fans an interesting group to vote for.
All right, so log on to show.com to vote for your favorite Showtime knockout artist. In our next telecast, we'll announce the winner and introduce another best of category. Well, fireworks in Cleveland, is a rematch appropriate in your estimation?
I think it is for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's appropriate to give Lamon Brewster a chance to win the title back. Traditionally, when champions are upset, a rematch is given. Number two, when have we seen a better heavyweight fight in the last couple of years? Why not do it again? These men have proven not only can they make an exciting fight, but I want to make an important point. They fought skillfully in there tonight. We like seeing that in the heavyweight division.
It really leaves you with a good taste after an exciting fight like this. As we wind things down from Cleveland, Ohio, let's take a look one last time at tonight's result. Siarhei Liakhovich, yes, Siarhei Liakhovich. We'll always remember April Fool's Day 2006. Will the public remember Siarhei Liakhovich? Sergei's shoulders, are they big enough to carry the weight of boxing's fabled heavyweight division? He's the new WBO heavyweight champ by upsetting Lamon Brewster. Is a rematch in the offing. Stay tuned. Before we say goodnight, here's what's on the boxing horizon here on Showtime. Showbox, the new generation featuring boxing's best up-and-coming fighters, returns with 2 great nights of action, Friday, April 28th and Friday, May 5th at 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. And June 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, Showtime Championship Boxing is proud to present Corrales Castillo 3. The first fight was called the Fight of the Decade. In the second fight, Castillo evened the score with a huge knockout. Now it's time for the rubber match. That'll do it from the Wallstein Center as we close out another edition of Showtime Championship Boxing, America's Fight Night. Don't forget to stay tuned for Soul Plane coming up next. For Al Bernstein, Karen Bryant, and our entire crew, Steve Albert saying so long from Cleveland, Ohio.
Showtime.